So good morning once again and welcome to the Parkhill playing field for the second T20 game between Nepal and the Windward Island Volcanoes. And the Windward Island Volcanoes would be in the field, Nepal winning the toss and decided to bat first. And starting lineup for Nepal would be Botel, Sheikh, Shah, Pordel, Jeha, Airy, Jora, Kami, Bohara, GC and Rajbanshi. It's going to be Hodge round the wicket. And he's working that down to long on. They threw for one. So immediately Botel is off the mark as Hodge once more in. He's looking to sweep top edge. Someone is coming wrong. And here he goes, looking to sweep that. Got a top edge. Slip moving around to a leg slip position. Took the catch. And Asif makes his way back. So a bad start here for Nepal. 2 for 1. So redhead. Just from the 30-yard circle. Driven sweetly through covers by Botel. He likes it coming onto the bat. That was pitched up. And he was in the approved fashion. Botel is driving past extra cover 4 runs. It was Anil who had that boundary, rather. Botel down the track, lifts it out to long on. And beautiful piece of work by Lewis long on the long on boundary. They come back for the second. So he has saved himself, saved the team 2 runs. But he is driving out to mid-off. Once a single, this could be dangerous. And he misses. That had that hit, he certainly would have been walking back to the pavilion. This time he's looking to drive. Aerial shot, clearing the fence. It gone all the way. That's 6. Was pitched up, not timing it well, but it has good. I guess a Yorker, he takes it out. They go through for 1. The return comes in once more. Knocked down there by Red Strike. So there's rotation of the strike here at Parkhill. And that was short and he bangs. He was using his feet. Run. And he sweeps. And into the fence. 1 bounce. And he lifts that high over extra cover. That's gone. That's gone for 6. Cool. Sweeps again. And this would clear the fence now for 6. And up goes the hand of umpire Butler. So 6 more. Botel has been away from the strike for some time. Goes back, cuts to backward point, beats him, and that's 4. Short of a length, and he was on the back foot, cutting it. Total remains. He's swinging that out too long on. Now comes off the boundary fields, keeps it down to a single. But he slashes at that over third man and he clears the rope. I think that would be 6. Umpire Butler now 21. It's Anil, who is on 50, comes back into strike. And he's whipping that out to square leg. Hodge takes a beautiful catch out on the square leg boundary, diving in front of us right here. And Anil makes his way back. He was whipped off the pads in the air. Hodge judged it well, diving forward and claiming the catch. And he goes back for 50. And the breakthrough that Windward's wanted. It's now 70 back into his crease. Total remains 81. He's driving beautifully square of the wicket, 4 runs. You can see it was pitched up and he opened the face of the bat, drove it. But he's still there. He's lifting that out too long off. This would drop inside the boundary and he goes across the ropes. And that's 4. That mid-off being up. Deliberate shot there by Bottle. But Bottle, who should be on 25, face the final delivery of the 10th over. He advances and lifts it out to mid-off. Long on. He's taken. He mistimed it. He was looking to go over mid-off. Inside. Hustled him a bit there. Striving is out caught. You can hear it from here. Driving beautifully taken there by Douglas. And he went up immediately. That was pitched up outside the awesome. He was driving, getting an outside edge. Douglas took it gleefully. And there it is. Captain Rohit Padel. It's down the track, drive square. Hodge, nice piece of work by Hodge. Keeps it down to a single. And they're going through for a second. The return comes in. He's out, run out. Not smart cricket there on the part of flashes at that outside the off stump and wide signal by umpire Byam. Total now on to 107. 107 for 5 in over number 13. Airy, who is on 5, comes in to strike. He cuts and beats backward point. Hodge has some running to do. He can't get there. He goes across the ropes now for 4. And after some... It's working it out to mid-wicket. That would beat Hodge, that 4. Hodge looking to cover some grounds, but that was sweetly timed. And then he swing top edge, that would clear the fence. It does. That over mid-wicket for 6. Sweep shot, and he went hard. Edwards, he would now bowl 2. Airy. He's driving, beats extra cover, and down to defense for 4. It was short, it was wide, it gave him the room, the width to free his arms, and he banged it past Asif Hooper at short extra cover. And down to the boundary for 4. The total now on to 143. 143 for 5. And he's slapping that over long on for 6. A good over here for Nepal already. So Darren Ned, right arm fast medium. He's slapping that pass backward point. This would go across the ropes. It does. Well played there by Captain Padel. The total goes on to 155. He moves on to 44. And he inspects his bat. So with 1 delivery remaining in this, the 18th over. As Airy comes in to strike. He bowled him! Off stump, cartwheeling out of the ground. Yorker length delivery. Airy FC in a big drive. Misses, and the off stump went walking. Success that the win was needed. He's looking to swing. That beats the keeper down to the boundary. That's 4 wides. I would think. Yes, the wide comes signal here by umpire Byam. So 5 runs added to the total. 167. So there's 67. 167 for 6. And he's driving out too long off it, over the fence. 1-2 bounces across the ropes for 4. And he's swinging at that top edge. Lewis is circling underneath it. Takes the catch. And so success for Redhead of his final delivery, having been smacked for 6 the previous delivery. It's Sampal taking on the pad, and they scamper through for a single. So let's see, any signal from umpire Butler? There are no signals, so inside edge into the pad. 180 for 8 of 20. And I think the WINDWARDs really pulled things back very nicely, Eddie, getting among the wickets and really putting pressure on Nepal to the back end of the innings.
Yes, and the bowling attack, must be commended here today. Parker, as you know, very picturesque in all of its glory, and we are just awaiting the resumption of the game. Certainly the Rhode Island Volcanoes to respond to that 179 posted that his team onto the field. But one will feel with the small outfield that we have here today that it's a target that is achievable.
Totally, it is achievable, and I'm sure the WINDWARDs will fancy themselves getting up to 180 as we see umpires Butler and Byam making their way out to the middle. And very soon we're going to see the opening pair for the Windward Island Volcanoes, who are going to come out to do battle.
Melius outside the off stump and driven square. Good piece of work there by, looks like, Irie. And that's the wind doing a bit there with the bail. Batsman immediately realizing it. Had to pull out. So practice it is. From the hills here at Park Hill. Races past umpire Butler. This wasn't driven. Again, well driven, but finding the fielder and not Captain Melius. As practice now comes in. And down the leg side, that should have taken something because there's no signal there from the umpire.
Maybe brushing the pad on its way through.
Now Geese will probably want to get things going. Outside the off-stump.
Beautifully
played, off drive, square the wicket. Oh, lovely runs into the backward point fence, shallow.
That was sweet. As
a practice. Oh, coming once again. And down the leg side is a loud appeal.
Well, umpire says not out, but pass through for viewing and so they were on the field for a while.
Worked through the mid-wicket here, and it's going to get close to that fence. Let's see if the fielder can pick it up. No, he can't. So that's 4 well-taken runs there by
Melius.
Melius, well-timed.
Yeah, I think through the line. And once he's up in the slot, Melius, I'm sure, will go with it.
This one is down the leg side and will be signaled wide. It is signaled wide. And so here comes Sampal. Outside the off stump and driven square. That's 4 well-taken runs, but I believe Irie felt he should have done a little bit better there.
He definitely should have done better, yeah. He would be disappointed. So too is Sampal.
And we are just about one more delivery remaining in this, the 3rd over. As right arm over the wicket. And again, oh, that was well placed. Down to 3rd man there from Melius, showing his class.
Definitely, I think that's the shot of the morning. He waited on it and he placed it rather than looking for power. He looked for placement, and it was really a gem. Just delivery to the left-hander was on the body. That would be a good delivery for the right-hander.
So Captain Melius settles on weight. And this one he hikes high, hard. That's going to go all the way over long off. That's 6 runs. And well taken shot there by Melius. He was to the pitch a bit very quickly indeed. And went through with the shot. Long over Irie.
Yes.
Napindra Singh Irie. Coming out of Old Ogis. And Ogis gets one wide outside the off stump. That's very wide indeed. And Irie not off to the kind of the number 2 spot coming out of Asia. This one is swung high, over, long on, into the bushes. As a matter of fact, it strikes the concrete structure just above the ground.
Rebounded into the bushes, and it was very hard indeed. But I was going to make the point, very interestingly, because Irie has, I think Melius was looking at the umpire hoping that it would be a wide.
Comes in once again. This one cracked. And 1-2 bounces into the long off area. And that's 4 well taken runs there from Elias.
So Melius continued to show his intent, and he's been striking the ball very well indeed.
He sometimes do get a little raggedy, and we saw that there from Auguste. Let's see what happens this time around. Gets back onto the ball as he hoiks this one over long on. And it's got to get pretty close to the boundary. Picked up there now. They take 2 in the process as a throw comes in. And 2 more to the bat. Decent crowd here at Park Hill. And on Saturday we expect a huge turnout as practice comes in now. And that one was almost a baseball type shot. And
he gone all the way.
All the way.
So the 50 comes up.
53 without loss.
5.3 overs.
Good going by on the part of the Wooden Island Volcanoes. And that one was hit with some sort of despair. Just walked into it and slapped it.
There it is.
There you go.
Slapped it over long off.
So 53 without loss as Rohit just having a brief word there with Pratis, Captain Rohit Padel, and Pratis will now come in now to Auguste. And this one he drives straight to mid-off. Padel.
Sweet songed off the bat.
Yes, and it's good to see Padel picking the ball without any bump.
Yeah, straight to the mid-off fielder, but that was it struck very firmly.
Yeah, lovely drive indeed there off the bat of Auguste. But unfortunately, he could only find the fielder at mid-off and Captain Rohit Padel.
I think 2 or 3 meters to the left or right, that would have gone to the fence.
Certainly. There's practice. And this one he pulls over mid-wicket. That is going to go out to the ground. It is into the banana field below. 6 well taken runs.
But that was disdainfully hit.
So, Lalit it is to continue. This time to Auguste. Drives. And this one is going to beat the fielder. The bounce would have undid him there. And that's 4 more runs.
Definitely, that he was slipped hard.
Inspects a ball and now turn. The number 15 bearing down on his back. Races in now. This time to Melinas. Drives. Lovely shot indeed. It looked easy, but it was a well-taken drive there by Melinas.
It was he caressed it through the covers, and long off had a run, but
it seemed to just picked up speed as it made its way to the boundary. Gulshan. And this one goes square. They're off for a quick single. And Auguste hoiks this one high. Is he going to beat the fielder? No, he doesn't. And a good take and catch there, keeping his eye on the rope. So there goes opportunity as Lalit comes in now to Melius. And Melius, this one off the edge is going to probably get into the boundary. He's looking to pull this one somewhere over mid. Delivery that he rocks back and just forces into the offside. As here comes Gulshan. And that's a loud appeal, but I believe the height there might have certainly helped Melius, but a good delivery. Take strike. Charges down the wicket and straight into the arms of the fielder there at that whitish long on position. And Nepal came in the second wicket.
A good catch indeed. It was hit very firmly indeed, but straight to the fielder who judged it well. He charged the bowler. He hit it very firmly indeed. And there is the fielder just taking that catch in front of the ropes. Again.
So, Melius was on 49. And Melius gets that half century. Just caresses it down to backward point. Fielder comes around, picked up 1 more to the total. That's 50 to Melius as he raises his bat. 50 off 36. As This one is well fielded there by Bertel. And he's rubbing that left knee of his, would have been struck in the knee. And he's much better now, comes in now to bowl to Melius, and Melius hits this one high. And
someone is circling
the
underneath
long
it.
off fielder. He does take the catch. So there goes the prize scalp of Melius just after completing his 50. Looking to go over, long off, didn't make it.
Left-hander comes back into strike, so left-hand, right-hand combination.
Fairly long run up here for Bertel. Comes in now to Descartes. This one hits into the arms of that's
Rohit, the Podell, the captain.
Yes.
Out too long on.
Good catch there from the Nepalese captain. And 91 for 5. Descartes, certainly who would have coming out the bowl to Ned. And Ned drives down to long on, and that's long off, sorry. That's a well taken shot. 4 good runs there off the bat of Ned.
Oh, definitely a beautiful shot by Ned. But looking at Bertel, he reminds me so much of Rashid Khan. Some boundaries.
So Nepal will be comfortable with this type of batting. And there's Douglas bowled.
In fact, it was Ned looking to white that over wide long on. Lost his stumps.
Yeah. And they now settle as Bertel. Opening batter, doing some bowling. Hooper down the wicket, sweeps, and out caught. Good catch there by Airy.
Their catching has been outstanding. To get into his strides and take the bowlers on.
There he goes. High, hard, that's into the hills, that's 6 runs. Wonderful shot off the bat.
Well, I just mentioned it. I just mentioned it, and it
comes in now to bowl this time to Dylan Douglas, and Douglas is bowled.
Slow delivery, deceived, and I think that's the writing on the wall for the Windwards.
Well, Nelson had his say.
Very much so. And see Otney Lewis making his way out. There's no slouch with the bat, really. But there, the tall right-hander now settles. And he's slipping that high and hard. That's gone. Clearing the thing that's landed somewhere on one of the park buses.
Well,
at that northern end. And Sampal would want to make amends. Lewis talks that Albus would beat the fine leg into the fence. 4 runs. Let's wait. Is there a signal from umpire? Yes.
quite a diminutive bowler he is. To Lewis.
That's in the air. Someone who's circling underneath it. This could be dangerous. Oh, brilliantly taken.
That's Anil, and despite the fact that it looks like, is that Rohit?
I see Anil was coming in from the backward point. The other fielder, he was running back. Anil was in the better position. But
so Bahara to continue. To Larry Edward. Edward gets one of the pulls around. And in the end, not so much good work. That's 4 runs.
well,
Bahara now taking his first strike here, Redhead, Nicholas Redhead. And this one is wrapped on the pad. Up goes that dreaded finger. And that's victory for Nepal here this afternoon.
winning by some 49 runs.
Big victory indeed. And certainly a clinical win on their part.
Definitely, I think they came back very good indeed. A good start by the Windwards, but